Okay, it's new podcast and it's a Christmas podcast today. I'm very excited because I have Solveig here, and it's podcast number 21. And I think I will do as I usually do. I have the person to introduce themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And Solveig, who are you?
I am Solveig.
Yeah.
I am a mother of two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm married to Espen.
Yeah.
I live in Gjerdrum and work in the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
I'm 56.
56. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Christmas first.
Mm.
What does Christmas mean for you?
That means time with family.
Time with family.
Yeah. To gather family and to be together, that's important to me.
Mm.
I like spending time, and I'm like, the Adventstid, we call it, the waiting for Christmas starts in December.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy, making things, making presents and the expectations before Christmas, having that built up and then, gathering and be together. That's the most important thing with Christmas.
What happened with you when you have expectations?
I'm looking forward to things. I feel it in my body. It's like I know that I can feel the other person's. That I if I make something for one person, I like to make things as a present. I can feel that person in me, and I feel that this is something that means something for the other person. And also it's a time around Christmas I get, I don't know if it's sentimental or nostalgic or go to back and see what other people have meant for me. Especially this Christmas, I guess.
What is special with this Christmas?
Well, I lost a good friend earlier this year, and we used to do a lot of things together before Christmas because she was very creative, and she taught me, making cards. We baked together. We had always a baking day. That we have a sort of an oven that we were making lefse, which is a potato cake. And we spent a whole day together doing that. And it wasn't, what we produced that was important, but that we did it together and we did it every year. So so the expectations, built up for that too. And we also had one day that we go to Sweden to buy things, for Christmas. And we had that day together too. And this Christmas, I did all this thing in honor of her, and she's closer to me. Wow. Doing those things. So that means a lot. I had the baking day. My sister was there, and another friend was there, and they knew that this is something I did with her, but she was there in that setting. So
do you feel the person inside of you, or is it? Can you explain the relationship to a person who is being so close to you, and she's dead, but she's still there?
She is. She is. It is just a feeling, and I'm aware of the connection. It's not that but it is. I can't describe it with that way or that way. But it's just a feeling that It feels good to think about her because
but is it a feeling of presence of her, or is it a feeling of her in you, or is it just a feeling of something that has been, or is it in real time now?
It's a feeling that connects the things that we did that I'm so grateful for because she meant a lot to me. So it's although I'm sad and miss her that much, the feeling that when I do the things that I have done now, that it grows.
Oh.
And it becomes something that is solid inside me that we have had together. So it's the feeling has been growing this time of year, and it's been manifesting in myself as a feeling that is growing into being just missing and didn't know what is it that is wrong. But now that I've been taking that feeling up and did concrete things to remember her, then it is good memories that is founded inside me. Oh. I mean, that is the feeling.
That's the feeling.
Yeah. So and I think that is important for me, that, and I think that's why we have things like, lighting candles for someone that is not here, either if they're far away or just, gone in different ways. I think doing those things, that's why we do that. Because we have a feeling that we are connected.
Oh. Wow.
I think that is why we have those traditions and that they stay.
It's beautiful.
I think so, yeah.
I'm jumping to something else.
Okay.
Tell me about your life.
Well, I'm the youngest one of 6 siblings. Growing up with, of course, if I'm youngest one of 6 siblings, I have older parents. And I've always known that, they are older than the parents of my friends. So my siblings have, been very important for me. And I understood pretty early that I had different connections with the different sibling. Someone was, teaching me things. Someone could, be emotional and talk to. Someone could be a guidance for me. So that has been my life, I guess, knowing that I need different people to fill different needs in myself. And I think that's been, things that I've grown up with when I went to college and studied. That was also something. I have different kinds of friends. We decided as a family to move to the United States in some point. And then also when I came there...
You and the siblings, or you?
No, that was me and my husband and
you
kids.
And your husband and kids, okay.
Yeah. And then, coming to a new country and establish a life. My husband, Espen, he had traveled a lot. So he was away the whole week and only come home in the weekends. And then I think also then I've been thinking about that in afterwards, that I had to have friends that were different. I had a person that was Norwegian, married to an American, and she was my big sister. I had a very close friend that I could talk to. I could, of course I could that with both, but it was a special thing. And I had a friend that we just had fun, could, do crazy things and have fun together and being active together. So I think that is.
So you have different kind of relationships.
Yeah.
With different impact.
Yes, I think
and
so.
You're very aware of it.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, so siblings traveling to America.
Mm-hmm.
You're now living in Norway.
I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many years have you been here?
Oh, let's see. It's been since 2003, so that is 17 years.
17 years. Mm-hmm. What have you been up to the last 17 years?
Well, establishing again, anew with the kids. They were now teenagers. That was a stage of life that is, kind of hard. Taking the kids out of a safe community and then establish them into new.
Here in Norway.
Yeah, and also we did that for 1 year in the United States, moving from California to Boston, and then stayed there for 1 year, and then again, uprooting the kids and establish a new thing. That was, it requires a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that was my first, thing that I had to do, establish them and get them to be safe in their environment where they were. And then, of course, I needed a work. So starting to work, and that was a change in life, because I in the States, for 6 years we were there, and I stayed at home with the kids. So then again, then it's starting to a shift in life, and a lot of new things that you have to do. So I think it was chaotic in many ways.
I think we should tell the listeners that you have been working with the Ennead and you're a natural energy 4. And it's amazing that the first 15 minutes now we have been listening to you, and it's about feelings and close relationship and building things. Needs to feel safe. But can you say something more about you being a natural energy 4?
Being aware and being tight as a 4, it was first very confusing for me, because I think I was in the head all the time. So I struggled a lot with, understanding that although in some kind of way that but it was getting around to that. But I think getting Espen, my husband, tight.
He's a 2. Yeah.
He's a 2. Then some, pieces
came together. Wow.
And also, working with that. And I think more and more I can trust who I am. Because being a 4, you are sometimes, very inside yourself. And it is comfortable, just, if we can take, yourself as a house, and you can have the eyes as a windows, and you can just pull your curtains, right, and then just stay in yourself. And it is sometimes comfortable.
Beautiful just way to explain it.
To stay inside the house and just don't go anywhere. But then you don't grow. You can't live that way. And that's what I've understood being a 4. That I just can't just live inside myself. I have to come out. I have to be clearer about what's going inside myself, and then also accept that not all of the others, feel the same way or can understand what I have inside myself.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that is being more and more clear for me. first accepting, and then find out what I should do with,
So you accepted it first, you say, and then
trying to,
yeah,
and all the time, because it develops.
How do you know that you are a 4? Today,
it resonates. When doing the physical thing, I can really feel what's that. I think it's better to stand in front of each other, because then you can really feel what's going on in the other side, in the other person, and that it is creating energy when you can feel that you have a connection, and it is building up, and it gets to be something. It's
amazing
substance, or I don't know what to call it, but you can really feel it materialize in some way.
So you can feel it materialize, the energy materialize.
Yes, it's because first you just have to feel the other person, and when you can feel something, it's kind of an exchange, and also that you help each other, and then it starts to develop.
You help each other by you feeling yourself.
Yeah, I feel myself. I'm in connection with the other one, and for me it is when that is starting to happening, then it is growing, and it's it starts to evolve.
Solveig using her hands now. It's like she's baking a cake when she's explaining.
I like to, yeah.
It's like baking a cake of energy, and it becomes substance. Kneading a dough.
Yeah, because then because that is the feeling that it when you put ingredients into it, and then that was a good picture, I think, because I get some ingredients that I put in myself, and you put, if you're standing in front of it, puts into, and then it starts to be a dough that can be to something.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that
was an amazing explanation of 4. You have been in this work for 3-4 years.
Yeah, something like that.
What is the main thing for you to work with this?
That is to understand more and more. And to learn about, first you have to learn about yourself, and it took a long time, as I said, to accept. That was the first thing, I think, and it started, for me, it started a lot with myself, before I could see the others and appreciate what the other brings into, and that is the exciting thing, because I remember well the first encounter or the meeting that we had. It was an introduction, and all the types demonstrated how they walked and how the bodily function looked like, and then on a straight line, everyone from 1 to 9 was standing, and then I think you said, and then you have to have a circle. And then it said just bang.
For you?
Yes. Because then it meant something for me, because then you have to have all persons to bring together to be something, and you need everyone, because they bring they bring something, each brings something into some the world that you need. As I said, with relations, I need different.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So in a way, you go as a 4. You connect with different types.
I have a different connection with different types of persons.
You have different connection with different types of people.
Yes.
This is amazing. This is so much new things we learn here. I always learn new things when I go really deep into into this with different energies, and so you have a different connection
with all my siblings, for instance.
For example, and you have different connection with different people.
Yeah.
Is it a different feeling, or is it a different? What is it?
First of all, it's stronger, and as you have probably, I think that every people have it like me.
I don't think so.
But that is, it's stronger. Someone that you have known for a long time, it's stronger. But even though that you have known them for a little bit, you have some people that just stays with you and have made an impact. And the impact they make, that's the different connection you have.
Okay, here's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. Just to explain for you how different you see this and how amazing it is to hear about it from you. So when I connect with somebody, it doesn't matter who it is. I have the same amazing experience every time, but it's not the same. It is a new experience, but it has the quality of the same. Inspiring, beauty, connection, fiery, joy. And it can happen with everybody. So I can be deeply in love in everyone.
Yeah.
So I have the same common sense and feeling of a deep connection when I look people in their eyes, like I do with you now, as I have this incredible, lovely feeling. But what I understand from you is that you have different feelings or different...
Yes, they stay in me differently.
That's amazing.
And it stays with me. And especially when it is an impact. And there's just some things that I don't know what it is, but why is it that we remember something very strongly? And I was thinking about it when I drove up here, because it's rainy and wet, and I have the feeling, I went through the place that I grew up. Driving here, and it's Christmas, and you are in that feeling, and I remember my task or my chore at Christmas morning was to buy fruit, in a fruit stand that we have, and I can, I remember one day, walking exact the route, almost remembering, everything I bought that day. So why is it that was, still in me?
Oh, Jesus, I'm learning so much.
And then I think that is because I was connected to something when I did that.
Of course.
And then it stays with me. So if you have, I think that is what I feel is different for each, because it is something that happens right there and then. And if I'm aware of it and there is a connection, then it stays with me. And I can...
I'm so glad you're here today before Christmas. This is really good. What I understand is that we who are not fours, or I can talk for myself, me who are not is a four, I'm a 3. I need to bake and the dough and bead with things so I can re-feel again. See?
Yeah.
Then I reconnect with it in some way. Yes. So I don't need to put up a Christmas tree. I don't need to do Christmas.
No. But that is great. Because
it's crazy, yeah.
Because for Christmas tree, for me,
yeah.
Do you know what I do?
No.
I have ornaments that every little ornament I put up means something for me. It's not the thing itself, but it is a feeling that I have. I have a Christmas heart that I got from a teacher in the United States. And I read what it is on the envelope, and she is in me when I put it up, and I have all these feelings that is good to put on the tree. and there is the first Christmas ornaments that Espen and I got from his sister that she made. I put on the tree, and she's with us. So I discussed this with, when we came to the United States. That was in '97, and a lot of Hong Kong Chinese people came to America at the same time, because then China took over Hong Kong. She came with 3 suitcases, or each family member had their suitcase.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We came with a container full of our stuff.
Yeah.
And we talked together, and she said, "Why do you have all this stuff?" I said, "Well, that's the natural thing to have." And she said, "You don't need it. You can go to the library, buy, borrow books,
Mm-hmm,
and everything
mm-hmm.
like that." And I said, "But and this is not even pretty." She said, "It's ugly." And I said, "Well, but that thing reminds me of my grandma. And she's here when I look at it. It's not the thing in itself. It is just that feeling it brings." And she started to talk about her childhood, and that she doesn't bring in the things that she has experienced up in her life. She just moved forward, and that something was missing in her life. So we decided there, and maybe meet in halfway.
Yeah.
I don't need all that stuff, no. And she needs to bring something in her life that reminds her about her parents, because they were so distant for her then. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what to ask. What should I ask about?
I don't know. Well, it's Christmas, and why you started with that. What is Christmas for me? And Christmas is a change, I think. And today it's winter solstice.
Mm-hmm.
It is the darkest day of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Something is changing, and I think that is what Christmas is all about. It's not, there's a lot of celebration in there, regardless of religions, and I think that is the changing in the sun moving. I think that does something with you.
I know what to ask about now.
Mm-hmm.
How can I learn more about feelings? What do I need to do?
For you, I think you have to slow down.
I have to slow down.
Yeah.
How do I slow down? So you feel that I slow down?
Mm-hmm. I don't. It's a hard question, I think. I think breathing has a lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
To start to slow down. That's how I feel it. When I need to slow down, I have to take a big breath and get, the breathing lower in the abdomen. That's how I slow down, because I think that is my nature. And when I feel that I'm just breathing up here, then you get hectic.
Okay, guys, stay tuned. We are almost reaching half an hour, and we are going to continue after a very short break. I have another very interesting question I'm going to ask Solveig. This is great. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back again, and I have a very interesting question, I think, that I'm going to ask Solveig about. So Solveig, she is one of those I always have been close to, or I will say it have developed closer and closer. And she's one of those who are leading the work in Norway, the Ennead work, the work about the 9 energies, as Susan and Martin is calling it in the USA, and we are calling it when we speak English. So what do we need to do to bring this work out in the world? What do we need to do here in Norway?
I think we need to have a clear vision of where we are headed, and we need a foundation that is strong, and people are willing to build a foundation, and we need to take one step at a time, and for each step, or we need to not evaluate, but we need to find the direction, because we can be in a wrong direction and then we need to turn. And I think we just have to realize that we are willing to take that turn and be bold to take decisions that we need to take to get to grow, to be more consistent in what we're doing.
So if you make all the choices, what are we going to start with, and what are we going to do?
Well, we are planning a seminar in February, and I think that also we need to establish, or I think we need to what is my role, what is your role, and establish that, and also both establish what we can bring in, but also make people responsible for what they're bringing in, or what they have to do to bring in.
Okay. I don't know what's happening now, but we're just digging into something, and then the next question comes up for me, because I made a decision in June that you guys are going to organize Ennead by yourself. So I have been I can't say I've been on vacation, because I have been working with Susan and Martin and Paolo and also together with Birgit, but I have been continuing my work with 9 energies. What do I need to do, Solveig?
You need to be together with us to help us to see ourselves, our purpose in this work, because when you do that, you lit a flame inside each of us to bring the best into the work that we have to do, and to be conscious about what is my task in this work, what is my purpose, what should I bring forward for each one of us that are in it. And I think you have to do it, because we are very equal. I mean, all persons are. I mean, we are equal, all of us.
We are equal.
I mean, you are a human as well. I mean,
yeah.
but what we need to do is that we have to bring that in each. You can bring that in. I have to bring all together. That's my work. I have to, get all people together and feel the connection in us. And you have to, lit the flame in each one of us, because we need to know the purpose.
The flame is the purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
The flame is the purpose.
Yeah.
It's like you lit a torch. What do you call it?
A torch.
Torch. And the whole idea is to have a torch that you have lit up, and you keep taking care of the flame. That's the purpose of life.
Mm-hmm.
And the flame will, heat up other people. It will be, but you hold your color. Your flame has a color. Your flame has a certain intensity. Your flame has a certain, heat.
But you need the confidence too that, that it is burning strong enough.
Burning strong enough. So great. Then I know what to do. So what are you going to do?
As I said, I have to bring people together to be honest. I need to be honest to myself, and I need to find out, what do I want to do in this work? Find out, what will I bring in? And I think each one of us have to do the same thing to really, what will we bring into this? First of all, you need to, short goal is to, the seminar in February. We need, on the road, we need, further goals that we need to, so we have to work on several stages on the route to get this work into the world. So starting with yourself, and what I have to do, I think I have to work with myself to find out my purpose and what I want to do.
What's your purpose?
My purpose is to tie people together.
What's your purpose?
To bring people together and get them to feel that they belong together.
When do you feel you are on fire?
When I have a purpose, when I know that it is. And
what's your purpose?
Yes, to know what I want.
Yeah, to know what you want.
Yes, okay. That's my purpose. And when I find out that...
What do you want in your family?
I want them, of course, I want them to be happy, and I want them to be their self and have confidence in what they are, that they are good enough in themselves, and that we are always there for each other. That's what I want from my family.
Say it one more time.
I want each one in my family to be content with who they are. I want them to be feel the connection that we have, and that they always can trust that we are there for each other.
That's the same with Ennead. That's the same in an organization.
Yeah.
That's the same with everybody in their family.
Yeah.
That's your purpose.
Yeah. Yes.
See, that's your purpose. So what's your purpose again?
That is to get the persons to feel that they are good enough.
Content.
And that we are there for each other. That I am there for you. I'm there for all the others. And they are there for me. So I can also bring out what it's in me. And when we do that, when we bring out what's inside of us, that what we think, then we can trust each other more. And then, the bond gets stronger and stronger. And then when we have a strong bond together, all of us, then we can bring something out in the world.
So this is one of the things that I have for the second time start to realize about Natural Energy 4 is that you guys are here to help us to feel content, to bring our together, to so we can feel content.
Because when you're content,
that
it means that you're filled up, and you're safe, and then you can bring something out. Yeah.
The last amazing 4 I was talking to, it was Mary Beth in USA, and she said, "You're not content yet."
Okay.
She told me. There's still work to do. And that's what I think you guys, the force, feel and see in us. What I'm hoping for in the future is that you guys can be more precise with what we need to do to be more content.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So what do I need to be more content, Solveig?
I think you have, as I said before, I think you need to slow down. And I think also in that, reflect on what an impact you have on people and see the work that you have done, see what you have accomplished. Because you have done so much for a lot of people. Bring that in you and take that, have that inside of you going forward. But keep that.
Oh, so I understand. So I can be moving forward without that content.
Yes, you move forward to a new thing, and then you have to fill up with that new thing. But you have already something in you.
Oh.
Bring that along in the work.
So
forward.
There's a missing link that's coming together now. So it can feel for people that I am not holding them inside of me when I'm moving forward.
Yes.
Oh my God! A big change is happening today. We get it. But you see, sort of like, it's incredibly important that you force. I know Susan talked about it the first time she went to Burning Man. She had 2 force sitting around her, and they were asking her questions, talking to her, made her believe that she could do what she was able to do in a way that she felt content to do it.
Right.
You see?
So,
and that's a missing link. I just aware of it now when we're talking about. I wasn't aware of it. I started to be aware of it a little bit when I met Mary Beth in USA, and I have been thinking about what was the message she tried to tell me. I couldn't figure it out. Now I have figured it out. I have to bring with me what I already have together with me when I move forward. It feels sometimes for people around me that I'm moving forward without them inside of me.
So you're disconnected.
So that's disconnection.
Yeah,
and that's what 4 is about, is to stay connected with yourself and others.
Yes.
To be in harmony, and then you will grow.
In balance.
In balance. Amazing. What a podcast. Wow. Anything else we want to talk about today?
No,
Are you complete?
Yes, I think so.
She's complete.
Yeah.
You're amazing, Solveig.
It's a beautiful setting here. You have a Christmas tree that you've been taking out. The fire is going. I'm content.
You're content. And the sun is shining.
It is now.
Yeah.
A wonderful sky.
On a wonderful sky. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. And thank you so much, Solveig. That was an amazing treat.
Thank you.